Hey guys, welcome to the Thursday stream. Expressing different highs to another 3 in the chat. Love it. Love it. How is everybody doing out there? I thought I would take a moment to come out here and have a look at the tracking station, have a look at all the various things we have flung into the voids of space. To be fair, these are the only 2 that we've sent into a great distant area, and they're not really living up to their name. I might even have to go in and rename them. Maybe I never like recovering stuff, as I've said. I prefer or terminating rather, because you can't recover from space. Yeah, I don't like terminating stuff. I prefer like simulating Kessler syndrome. Apart from that, will never happen. Like I don't know if you guys have seen the Scott Manley video where he tries to get 2 things to collide at orbital velocity, and obviously frame limits are a thing in the game. Hey Wise, hey Cubic, hey another 3, hey Jackson. Wow, everyone is good. Good morning. How are you doing? I learned this year that Moin is a good welcome to Germanic speakers. All right, cool. Let's leave here. Let's go do a thing. Right, my plan today, as you may have been able to tell from the description of the stream, is to go and make... No, I didn't even want to go in here yet, but my plan is to go and make a bunch of satellites. I reckon if we get maybe half a dozen satellites on a rocket, and then we launch them from the inclined base, Woomerang launch base, I believe it's called. It's a little way north of the desert. We should be able to get a nice comms network further out than the moon is to relay signals back down to Kerbal, so we don't have to worry about this whole do we have line of sight business or not. Old Wham was heavier. How many dedicated Whams was your old Wham? So I'm going to go grab some stuff here. Cubic's got himself some new toys to play with, so we're probably going to be talking about that for a little while. We're going to grab some stuff here. I want to get these miniaturized versions, a small little stack separator, some nice little docking ports, so that we can recover the satellites at some point. I have visions of sending a shuttle-esque craft up there when the technology that we have here is just woefully inadequate for what we need, and we'll send up a space plane or something to pluck one of them out and to put another one back. I feel like that's a good plan there. Also, does anyone else think that this music's just a little bit mournful? Just like I don't know if you guys can even hear it actually. Desktop audio is very quiet. Let's have a look. Well, I know, because I don't then want the rockets to completely overpower me. But also, we're going to go get these tiny rockets, tiny engines here, tiny rockets as well. But the tiny engines are what I'm after, so that we can build miniature satellites. That's really all I'm after today. 400 science points, science credits, little atoms. I don't know what we call these. Twitchi, urgent request from CR. Name one of your satellites as you're launching Haley after his baby Ilgoth. I will. All right. If you can remind me, so it'll be the Haley class of comm satellite. We'll do that. We'll do that. Haley. I'm gonna go with Haley actually. Hawley. All right. Anyway, let's look at some of these rockets here. I'm feeling like we could do pretty well getting these boosters. We've got quite a few to spend, so I'm not sure. Maybe we could get these tiny engines as well. I do quite like the tiny engines. We've got actual proper docking ports. I think that might be one of the ways. And look, we've got all this other stuff that we can build as well. Yeah, Paul. I mean, I've never kept fish. I was trying to think of the past tense of kept then. I was really struggling. Yeah, I've never kept goldfish or any fish whatsoever. So how do you even tell when they're ill? I don't know. Do they start swimming sideways and looking a bit sad? Yeah, I just don't have an idea. Do they lose a bit of their colour or something? I could definitely see that being a thing. Now, do we want robot parts? Do we want command modules? Do we want Werner? This is the bit that I'm least excited about. The actuators. Oh, hey Mimi, how you doing? Hope you're doing very well. We only get to pick one more of these by the looks of it, and I think big rocket engines are what I'm going to go for, because who doesn't like a big one? All right. I hope everybody out there is doing well. Let's go over to the vehicle assembly building. Let's make this class of satellite, shall we? We're obviously going to have to start with the most high-tech probe core that we've got. That one right there. I don't need to. Thanks, though. I appreciate the enthusiasm. I don't think we will end up using that one, because we don't actually have all that much interesting stuff to do with it. All we need to do is be able to point forward. So that's stability assist. Let's come down here again. Prograde, retrograde, hull. I think that'll do quite well. This one, I don't know if you're aware that you can do radial and normal as well, and this one's just like stability. So the different probe cores give you different capabilities, but I think we're going to go for this, just so we can point in the right direction and stuff like that. It's going to be nice and easy. Now, we want to be able to fit this into a 1.25 millimeter fairing. What? 1.25 millimeter fairings. Yeah, we're taking out the micro parts today. Okay, what are we going to go for? I think we need the ant engine. It's a good start. We'll put one of those there. We'll probably end up using more than one of them because they are tiny. And then we'll put one of those on this side and one of these on this side. Give us a bit of a Delta V allowance to play with here. We want power and... All right, let's have a look along here. We will definitely need... I was kind of looking to batteries, really. Power on that side, and I think maybe a little bit of reaction wheel up there. I miss you too, Mimi. It's been time now. Been time. Very small. Very small. Okay, so now we need, like, the recovery method, and then we need to start, like, bristling it with communications devices and solar power stuff. So we're going to start with the Clampetron docking port there, the little tiny one. We've also got somewhere... Oh, they look the same. Why do they look the same? Invented after peaceful protests against the lack of spacecraft attachment systems turned violent, the Clampetron docking port allows for firm attachment of two separate vehicles off easily undocked. Oh no. Oh, no, that's the... Where's the construction stuff, then? Oh, man, I missed the junior at the end. Name satellite is... Let's do that right now, buddy. Bam. Haley, let's put the class satellite in the end. And then I will know that it's a thing. Okay, right. Put that there, put that there. Beautiful, working well. So now we need some engines. If I could ever not click outside the screen. All right, now we need some engines. And I think the engine that we're going to go for, I was originally thinking, you know what, we could put the Spark on the bottom of this and look pretty good. That was 2,000 delts. Oh, wow. You know what, I might go for this anyway. I was going to say, but the Ant will give us a much better... Oh, no. Because we have no way of attaching it to the ship right now, do we? Do you reckon we can use the docking port? Of course we can use the docking port. What? Don't be silly. Of course we can. Okay, so in here I'm going to grab some solar panels. Do you reckon we can put the solar panels along the bottom here? 4? 4's a good number. I think 3 might work just as well, though. And then we can have the 3... Ah, I see. Look at this. We'll put the solar panels here, and then we'll put the relay antennae over this way. So how's everybody doing out there? Everybody had an interesting time since Tuesday. I've not really done a great deal, if I'm to be honest with you, but that's kind of one of the best weeks, right? Let's move that in there. I've started trying to get more achievements on some of my games because, you know, that's important. That's life in the fast lane right there. Okay, does that look like it would very easily survive in the vacuum of space for an extended period of time? I think we've got it, guys. I think we've got it. Another 3 has been fine. I've noticed that you've been combining tools to make a sneak. I see. Just want people to explode. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, it broke. Oh, man. Yeah. I see at the top you were saying about that. That is unfortunate. Let's quickly do a check for this. Doesn't look good, does it? Oh, what can we do about that, guys? I mean, we could technically put the other... Let's have a look. Where are you? This one here. No, this Kerbal engineer is right in the way. Right, what we want to have a look at here is the distant. Now, I think we've got one of the middle ones, maybe? I don't know exactly what we've got, but let's go with the 10 there. What's this one on that? That's the same. Do you guys agree with me that these numbers are the same? Yeah, 22. Yeah, okay, all right. So I'm going to rip this off here because it's just taking up too much room. Just, hey, can you please go away so I can do what it is that I'm trying to tell these guys that I'm trying to do? Oh, there we go. All right, get out of here. All right, so let's now put these communicatrons right here. It's always good to know which ones are the equivalents of the foldables because there's quite a few out there. Let's have a look and see what they look like. All right, that's cool. I am happy with that. We can point that at the planet quite nicely. quite nicely. I want to move them in a little bit because they look like they're kind of floating up the top there, and I don't like that. I mean, there's no reason to have it like that. There we go. I mean, that kind of looks worse, right? Can we get a happy medium between the two? I do hope so. It would be a lot easier if I went and put this onto local over here, and then we can just work on the parts that we're playing. There we go. All right, that's looking good. That's looking good. They don't forward the data. It's not a relay, is it not? Ah, yeah, okay. You are very true. Deployable antenna and then data transmitter. No, wait. Relay antenna. Okay, alright, fair enough. I will believe you, buddy. There's not really, apart from the actual name between a relay antenna and a... Okay. It's one of the wonders of having people watch your back all the time. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. All right, let's get rid of that and let's figure out how we can get this inside the same form factor. Anyone have any idea? I'm feeling like we just... Antenna type direct. Aha! Relay direct. Yep. All right, I got you, man. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. It's one of the things about rocket science. It's very complex. Lots of stuff going on. That's my excuse, and I'm gonna stick with it. Okay, that not only does it not look central, so I'm gonna just quickly correct that. I don't think that's amazing. You mean point and laugh as Jelly repeatedly fails on the launch pad? It could be entertaining. It could be, man. It could be. It's all about how you deal with it with grace, right? Because you could get angry at it or you could laugh at it. So do you reckon we're going to have to upgrade to the 1.85 shell? Because we can totally do that without even thinking about it. I should have the stuff to make one of those. Yeah, look, even this is just... All right, upgrades. Upgrades time. It's one of the wonders about having the DLCs is it gives you just a little bit more options in between. Fingers crossed that the RAM is indeed what you think it is. Yeah, man, I am with you. Big loves for that. Oh, man. Okay, it's not ideal. It's not ideal, but we can just squeak it in a little bit more. Okay, all right. That's looking good. I feel like I'm having trouble hearing myself, so I'm just going to pull out an ear quickly. Yeah, just pull out an ear. You know, that's how it works. Can I now get rid of that? Right, we're going to save this. Bam. And then we're going to start making the bigger craft. One thing that I really do want to know... let's do this first. I've learned this in the past. If I reroute from this central bit here... hey, can I get in there, please? If I reroute from this central bit... In fact, you don't even need to click that. And make the docking port, the actual root part, you see how it's on the end? It means when you come to merge it in a second, it's going to be a lot easier. A lot easier. So if we do this, and then we should be able to go into stage nodes. Thanks very much. Then we come across here, we go open. Hold on. Wouldn't take my cancel. We'll call this lifter 1. Because I don't know what we're actually going to do with it yet. I just want to make sure that the system that I'm trying to do here will work. So save and continue, and then we look for the satellite merge. Yeah. It's not taking it. Why not? Docking ports are supposed to be able to merge on, right? Okay. All right. Another way of doing this, let's open you again, and then let's get a stack separator and see if that helps. Save that there. Maybe reroute again as well. I'm hoping actually what I'm doing here is something that hasn't actually been necessary for many updates. But I'm going to do it anyway, just to be sure. Right, let's save that. Open lifter 1, which is going to be a glorious creation. There we go. Craft. Alphabet, how do you work? Okay, there we go. Merge. There we go. Much better. So we can put the first one up there. I'm not sure how many we're going to be able to get into here. 2. 3 sounds beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but that looks wonderful. Where's the build fairing button? Thanks. Should be able to just now pull this up this way. Bam. All right, cool. We've got our payload secured, guys. That is what we want. It's beautiful. All right, let's see what fuel tanks we've got. Yeah, 3 looks to be like the maximum we could get. Does it tell us what size adapter this goes from and to, or should we just like do that? Okay, that will take us from one size to another. I'm hoping that's a 2 down the bottom there. Do we have the orange tank? Le tank orange. Okay. Actually, we don't want this yet, do we? Thinking about it, we want to have an interstage. Like, this wants to be the lifter, the thing that takes us out of the atmosphere, but then we want to have another one in between that flies around in space and drops these off at appropriate points. Excuse me. So let's make that, shall we? Do we have like a large probe body? We don't. So I'm just going to slap this on here and we're going to be happy with it. We could even push it up and push it up further into there, but I don't think we will. A 1.8 meter tank would be one. I mean, we could literally do this and then slam a different engine on the bottom and then we're good, right? I'm gonna say yes to that. I'm gonna say yes to that. We want to have ourselves a little bit of connection going on. 3 is a good number, as has been pointed out in the chat, so let's roll with that. I'm going to go across this way first to make a connection like that. And to be fair, that's probably good enough. It's connecting all the way around from everywhere to everywhere. So that's cool. It's alive. Wow, good work, man. Good work. Let's put the poodle underneath. I think the poodle's probably the best option here. And even though it carries satellites that have solar panels, I think it would behoove us to put its own solar network on here. And in fact, I'm even going to go as far as just slapping a bunch of these cheap little fold out ones. I want you on and I want you down to 3 because we've already established. Why did Kerbal leave the ship? Bob was piloting. But hey, Bob's pretty cool with the pilots, man. Maybe. Okay, I think we've got a bit of a win. I'm like, already we're at thousands of Delta V, but that's not actually going to be any use to us. Let's bring this one down into its own stage, and then these all pop at the same time, right? So this has got like 500 delts in it. That's all right. That's actually an acceptable number. Let's get rid of this tank. It's a little superfluous to our needs right now. Big old stack separator. This is what we want. Let's actually get a decoupler. Bam. And now we're going to make, hopefully, a big lifting stage. I say hopefully because I'm not sure if we've actually got the mainsail. Now that I stop to think about it, I think we've only got skippers. Oh no, there it is. Woohoo. All right, the mainsail, it's got some heft, got some roar. Why did the Kerbal get kicked out of the ship in orbit? Because Twitchi found out it was Jebediah. I mean, ideally, still in the high atmosphere at a high enough speed to like burn him up. I'm not saying I dislike Jeb, but Jeb. That's 2,000 delts in and of itself. I reckon if we get to about not even that many more. Not even that many more. This is going to be like sat deploy. We're making a lot of craft here, but that's going to be fine. That's going to be fine. All right, now we want some decouplers all around the outside. Nice and simple. Do we make a 2 meter stage booster or do we make a 1.8 meter stage booster? I'm kind of feeling the 1.8 because it's just a little more in scale, you know. It's not overwhelming to everything. Getting RAM with more capacity is meant to make your PC faster. Oh, I mean, like, kind of. It depends what it's doing. Oh, I'm being shouted at for doing the small one. Make the big one. Okay. It depends what it's doing, because if it's, like, checking all the WAMs, if there's a lot of WAMs to check, then it's going to take a little while, right? Is this a good place to put one of these? Because we're only going to mid/high curb in orbit, right? So we could easily put like something ridiculous like this on here. Not that. I said ridiculous, but there's a limit. There's not a limit. There's never any limits. Not the poodles. The skiff look pretty good. Could you just... Thanks. Hey. Let's have a look. There's a lot of engines here that I don't really use that often because they're part of the DLC. Let's go with... Let's have a look. That was fine. That was fine. Okay. All right. Let's do it. That way? No, not that way. Like this. So I suppose then what we need is to have an aerodynamic nose cone up top. Like that. Some fuel lines probably wouldn't go amiss as soon as I... There we go. Want to find this middle bit here. And then go straight across. Fuel line secured. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we need an engine underneath. This is designing an interesting way, but what we're actually doing is deploying some comm satellites so that we can do a good moon base later on. I think we're going to go with some reliance here because they're just there for the oomph, right? They're not really there to be helpful with the steering or anything like that. Let's get some struts going though, because I have a feeling this thing is going to wobble around like your grandma's pudding. Let's put this over here. Up. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Grab one of these and pop it in the middle here if I could possibly reach it. I seem to have a little bit of trouble with my field of view. There we go. Okay, that's good. Now, do we need solid boosters? I really don't think we do. Let's just make sure all the engines are lined up together. So before we even drop these, we're like most of the way up into orbit. We then get another I mean this is already like what's the numbers here? 3, 4. Yeah, actually no, it is 5. Let's just call that 5,000 delts. That's pretty sound, and that's not even including that lot there. I think we can get into a nice high inclination orbit there, right? You guys aren't very good Kerbal players. What's the one phrase that we always say right now? More boosters. Just strap them on. I'm not going to strap them to the outside of that because I'm not sure which booster's going to run out first. But I can't just not add more when I'm like, do I do it? It's a glorious looking ship. What do you mean? What do you mean? Do we put some parachutes on this to rip it away at the right timings? Or do we just be like, nah, we'll be pointing in the right direction. It'll just drop off sideways beautifully. Yeah, I'm going to go with that second answer there. Okay, I'm going to launch from the Boomerang. I don't know what the inclination of the Boomerang launch site actually is. You're watching it for failure. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, guys. We are north, so we're going to have to go southwest a bit-ish. Definitely more west than south. Hey, Robert Jensen, how's it going? It's been a long time. Yeah, Al, this is a long time ago. Oh, dude, you traveler from the future. Traveler from the future. Let's see where we are. We're up. Ooh, that's pretty far north. So if we're coming down and we're going to intersect with the equator over there, that's almost a 45-degree angle. Do people agree with me there? I hope so, because that's the way it's going to be. Let's get ready to roll. 3. Oh, let's get a better zoom. Look at that ship. That's great. I love it. 3, 2. Wait a moment, we've forgotten something very important. Revert flight to vehicle assembly. Ooh, big problems here. So we've got some major antenna work on these insides here, but there is a big problem with the fact that they're all stowed away at the moment. So at no point are they actually going to be useful for communicating with ground. So we could totally have ended up trying to do our boost stage with no communication with the ground network. I would have had a beautiful time laughing at that, but I don't think that's quite what I actually want to do. You know, I'm going to put a whole bunch of redundant systems in place. There we go. All right, cool. All right, we are surviving now. We're surviving really well. There's a lot of space junk here. We should really put parachutes on a lot of this stuff. But hey, if we don't do that, we get to come along at a later date and pick it all up with like a claw-based ship. I think that's a great idea. All right, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Do I have any tea left? I do. Brilliant. Loading screen of doom. It's always a problem with like going out, coming back, and coming back out again. The game doesn't like it. I don't know why. I presume it's because now it's got to like clear all its settings and bring it back again. Okay, let's press T. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Ah, beautiful. A mighty amount of Delta V. I said west when I meant east when we were talking earlier. We are definitely going southeast, not southwest. Okay, this is looking like a good angle to get started with. Could definitely do with a bit more control surfaces. I think I can feel it being pulled around and tugged in strange manners, but I think we're okay. We're building up a good amount of speed. We're about 5 kilometers up, moving at close to the speed of sound. Maybe we're going a little bit fast, if I'm to be honest. We could probably do with having a little bit less oomph, but we're only accelerating at about 2 Gs. 2 Gs is one of the advised limits to be within. Okay, ready to drop this. Let's see how it goes. 2, 1, drop. Ah, it's beautiful, beautiful. They're going to combine together. One survived and a decoupler. Oh, love it. I love it. Hey, Carl, how you doing? You're sick. Oh, man. You have my greatest sympathies, man. I hate it when I'm sick. I'm actually still slightly dealing with a cold myself. I didn't think I was. Like, I saw people today and they asked me if I was all right. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm fine. But after about half an hour of talking now, I can notice that, like, I'm not quite enunciating some of the words that come from the back of my throat properly. So I do apologise about that. I do apologise. 103 Fahrenheit and vomiting. Can someone do the conversion from freedom units to everybody else, please? 103 is hot, but I don't know how hot. So all right, we are ready for our first asparagus drop-in. Looks like we're going to get a nice orbit going. If anything, we're a little bit horizontal, but I'm down with it. Okay, another good drop. Is it going to slam it? No, aerodynamically stable. It's like 40-ish. That's very hot. That's not just hot, that's very hot. Also, we are totally far too sideways. We should have been about 45 degrees, and we're probably about 20. Oh, look, it gives us a readout over there. 25 by the looks of it. I'll take it. All right, well, we up 160. You know what? I'll take that. We'll get up to the top. We'll circularize, and then we'll push out to an orbit beyond the orbit of the moon. What's everybody's favorite orbit beyond the orbit of the moon? So the moon is at 11 kilometers. Can anyone remember the width of the sphere of influence of the Mun? I mean, that is a proper head scratcher there. But we'll pop it somewhere between 46 and 11. I'm going to pick 25. If someone wants to like argue with 25, I will take it. 25 million meters. Okay, we need to deploy stuff. We need to extend antenna. Did that do all of them? No, of course not. Extend. Got to make sure that we can talk to everyone over great distances. 24.5. Yeah, these are all good numbers. Okay, let's try and just. This is the worst bit of Kerbal. The bit that requires a little bit of patience. I'm just sat there. Question: if you had wetware, what would you trance with? Obviously, my girlfriend. But once we got past that, I don't know, 2-3 years later, I would probably try and look for some sort of internet hookup or something. Vending machines. No, they've seen stories, right? Like the doorways to nightclubs. You know the little metal detector thing. Yeah, that's gonna have seen a beautiful life. No, it's gonna have seen a horrible life. In fact, I don't want to listen to that. Do you know what better than meeting in VR? meeting in real life. I mean, yes and no. I'm not likely to be able to hold a conversation on the moon in real life. It would be much better if I could, but chances are that's not going to happen. So wouldn't it be great if I could use my... Are we going to have the power? I've got the power. Actually, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Except what? On the moon, except if it's raining. No, I see what you're saying. Meeting in real life, except if it's raining. I mean, to be fair, even a rain's pretty nice. I'd noticed a little while ago, I'm talking like a few months ago, that it'd been a while since I'd been rained on, and then August happened, and obviously rain. I was like, yes, that's enough rain for now. Alright, circularizing up like a beaut. I start off by pointing upwards because if you hit the warp to Apoaps, you will end up very much on going beyond it. In fact, I'm going to go right now because it looks like we're equatorial, so I'm going to take that. I don't know, it's going upwards, isn't it? It's going upwards. Do we wait? Let's wait. Let's wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set target with a mun. And then I'm going to go, hey, can you warp here? We're going to warp to the descending node. Now, the descending and ascending nodes are the points, I don't know, like the equator. There is an imaginary point on your orbit where it crosses another orbit that you're looking at. This time I've chosen the moon because the moon is perfectly equatorial. So I am very happy to use that as my reference point. We're just coming up towards needing the burn here. 61 degrees. That's a pretty good launch angle. 61 degrees. Okay, hopefully my apoaps is coming down. Stop this. Let's see where we're at. 14. We want it to be at 24.2. 24.5, sorry. Oh, we've already overshot. I'm going to take 26. 26 sounds great, right? 26 sounds really good. Everybody happy with 26? One thing I'm not happy with is we've still got the whole entire ship. I was totally expecting to have decoupled this by now, but, you know, that's cool. Hey, King Golden, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Ooh, should we, deploy? Oh, wait. Oof, I thought we were going to lose some solar panels there for a moment. Fine-ish. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. King Golden has good news. Awesome. Awesome. I hope it's amazing news. Lay it on me. What have you got for me, buddy? Did you bring the holy potato? I left the holy potato in its resting place of sanctuary. I thought it would be a better idea than you know, exposing it to the harsh wilds of what actually goes on out here. Ooh, you have a girlfriend. Congrats. Congrats. I assume you wanted one rather than like it's just been forced upon you. Yeah, just remember it's another person. So that's really that. If you remember that, you'll get through life fine. I will have enough wham for a KSP mod, which makes Minecraft mod packs on the mun. So, sorry, what? Let me break that down quickly. You will have enough RAM for a KSP mod, so a game, something in KSP, which makes Minecraft on the mun. As in, like, you can dig the mun up and get blocks out of it and stuff. Like, that's cray. Link me that mod. I would like to use it. I think that would be great. All right, let's get ourselves out towards... about here will do, right? Warp here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so far so good. We've not had a case of losing communications. Are we good? I think we're okay. Nothing looks particularly strained here. Let's go look at the mun over that. Not the mun, that Kerbin over this way. No, Kerbin, thanks. And somewhere. Okay, here's the actual point of connection. Look, we can even connect to this Operation Flapjack down here. I think that's cool. I wanted a mod at one point that added terrain deformation, but there wasn't one. Yeah, no, there's ones that change the terrain, but yeah, no, not ones that, like, when you crash into it, you physically change the space you're in. I mean, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Like, leaving actual craters behind. Actual craters. All right, I feel like this is a good spot to face prograde and deploy our first satellite. Satellite. That's one of the places where I can feel my my pronunciation not being great. Satellite. Anyway, we are going to let go of this first one. Here we go. Let's see how we do. I mean, yeah, leaving a crater behind of some description would be great. Even if it was like the case of the land itself didn't change, but they put a little like crater prop over the top of it, something that brings up the sides. It's data, not data. I mean, I would agree. Decouple. Poof. Yeah, beautiful. That's now just going to drift wherever it drifts to. I assume that the reason it's going sideways is... I don't know why it's going sideways, actually. Let's try and go... Look at the ship. Look at the ship. Don't look around the ship. Look at the ship. Okay, is this the one we want? So, we're calling this... Haley 1? Haley 1? I can't click on the thing that I need to click on. There we go. All right, rename vessel. It is a relay, yeah, nice, but Alpha. Nah, that sounds like it's a test program. We'll go with 1. We'll go with 1. Accept that. Thanks very much. All right, cool. You are nearly free, but we need to take you up to Apple Apps, and then we need to circularize. Look that way. Is there anything I needed to do to make sure it actually functions properly? No, I think we're good. Once we're... Yeah, I need to like point north afterwards, but we're pretty good. I need to activate my engine. Okay, how well are we circularizing here? Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so we're at 26. We need that to be about 26. What's the feature you're most hyped for in KSP 2? Multiplayer, by a long shot. After that, colonization. Oh man, but yeah, multiplayer. I mean, that said, I've not really found a good group of like YouTubers to play multiplayer Kerbal with. Mainly, it's my like terrible life planning and skills, right? And that's I can't sort my times out and stuff. So. All right, let's move this over this way. Point it north so that one of the solar panels is getting solar radiance at all times. Is that a case? Is that a case? I can't click on the solar panels. The relays are just taking up all the room. No, still. You know what? We're not losing power. I'm going to assume we're looking good. How about if I directly point that at the sun? The way that I'm judging that is by the way that we don't have a shadow under there. Am I still gaining power? I'm still gaining power. All right, that's cool. That's fine. We have a good relay up. All right, now we switch back to the other craft. You switch to. Oh, excuse me. Oh, space torpedo. It's a torpedo of communication and unity. That's what we deal with here. Okay, so I literally want to go back to my Apple apps. Like, I have no idea 7 days whether the orbits are any fraction of each other. You know, I don't know if I even care that much. We could have put it up a perfect orbit. Way getting down close. We could have figured out exactly where everything would have been. Where are you? You're about a third. Oh man, looks like we needed more. I'm going where we needed more, but obviously we couldn't get any more on the top of it. Can we attach a fairing to the top of the fairing nodes? I never tried that before for an extensive deployment, and then we could like strap the rockets around the out. Colonization and in-space building. What I'm most intrigued about, and this is a bit esoteric, guys, but I'm most intrigued about what they're going to do to the game elements of the game. All right, so you can't do much with the physics unless you're going to move up to n-body simulations and have Lagrange points and stuff like that, and they're not doing that in Kerbal 2. They've categorically said no. Even the double planet, they've got like this weird purpose-built system for it, rather than actually just running the full calculations. Which, fair enough. It's a heavy calculation. I kind of feel like. What was its name? Principia showed that actually n-body simulation in Kerbal is more than capable, and a lot of people are more than willing to run. Anyway, whatever. But I'm mostly interested to see what the game aspects are going to be like. How they deal with the science. Like, science at the moment is just go and land somewhere with the right equipment and tick that checkbox, right? But that's not what science is like. That science can sit in the same biome and find lots of different things all around it and get lots of different sciences. N-body simulation is so to do this, you've only really got two bodies, right? You've got the spacecraft and the thing we're orbiting. That's relatively simple mathematics. You use the Newtonian stuff. I mean, actually, they use the Kepler stuff, but it's relatively simple stuff. But if you then put a third one, like if the moon actually interfered with us, that's why they use the patched conic system, because it kind of segregates everything off into nice little two-bit systems. The moment you start adding a third, the maths gets crazy, as I'm sure like as soon as you start adding the third unknown term, you've got to work out things in relation to each other, and that type of stuff just goes crazy. But it's what computers are good for, right? Basically, it gets closer to being what real gravity's like, but at the same time, no. It's, okay, are we doing all right for everything here? I think we are actually doing fine. My plan was to actually then at some point launch another craft, another one of these at a different angle, and then we'd have like full coverage at all times. But I feel like this is actually doing quite well all on its own. If we get up there, are we gonna? We're going to be a decent fraction away. Let's warp up there. I tried making a gravity sim in 2D. It worked with two objects, but with no collisions, bad things happen. Yeah. You know what? This looks really good. Let's drop this off here. Congrats, you are the latest free person. Ooh. Okay, let's come over here. No. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Hey, that was the other. Look, that's us over there. that was the last deployment ring. Oh, that's cool. All right, let's now point ourselves prograde. Let's get ourselves renamed. There we go. Beautiful. Rename. This is Halley Relay 2. I can count. Leave me be. Accept. All right, and then we go to Apple Apps and hit go. And hit go. Any moment now. Look at these times ticking down. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, engine. Did this last time. I mean, that means we're going to be in the same place, right? If we make the same mistakes, then it's all fine. And also, we've got to get somewhere close to the same amount of... Oh, man, this is tough. This is tough. What? Ooh. What I'm going to do, once we're about there, I'm going to go, hey, this over here, set as target, and we'll see if we can't match up some of these numbers. Does that look good? It looks good to me. We're going to have some drift, but I'm fine with that. And then the last thing we do is set it to... north. Oh, no, come on. You know how this works. Okay, there's north. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We might even need to do this around some of the other, like the moon over there. Wow, look at that alignment, guys. Man, that's what you want for the beauty shot. Hang about this, no. Fine, I won't do that then. Go away, yellow text. Go F2, F1. There we go. Beauty shots. That's what it's all about. Beauty shots. And already we're making ourselves a beautiful comms network. Look at these angles building up here. And then when the next one happens, which totally shouldn't have this. Yeah, this will be around. Oh, it'll be great. It'll be great. Actually, that'll probably be about here somewhere, and that'll be a good spacing. Good spacing. Yeah, the money shot, very much. Okay, everything's too far away. We need to use the map. I suppose I did spend a little bit too long. All right, sat deployment. Switch to. I wish you call it deployer. I'm surprised at how quickly and smoothly this is going, actually. There we go, beautiful. We actually want this to be it's a ship, right? This is the one that's doing the actual stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have so much fuel left over in this main cell. I might be able to deorbit it. Like if we leave this up top and then transfer the fuel down the back here, we should be able to like go into the atmosphere backwards and maybe make a propulsive landing. Well, ran into that word a bit quick. A propulsive landing, and that should work out for us, right? Yeah, we'll try it. Okay, and back we go. Whoop. We're gonna go all the way around. Zoom out a little bit, see how these things are working. It's actually working really well. When you was making your Minmus bait, just started launching the Sats Minmus with nuclear engines. Yeah, a SpaceX landing. Yeah, the hover slam, right? Ideally, I mean, they call them suicide burns in this one. So, can I click on this? No, because I don't have the engineer panel or an engineer on board. Bit of a shame, because this gives me like suicide landing indicator. Excuse me. And whilst I'm relatively confident about making a landing on any of the moons in this game, any planet, when you bring your engine down a little bit too far under throttle, you haven't got long to realise before the acceleration starts building up into something that's very hard to counteract. Because, you know, space science. I didn't want to go there, actually. Slow down. Slash to stop it. There we go. All right, we got it. It worked. Why are you struggling, PC? I disagree most wholeheartedly. Okay, let's come through here. Let's make ourselves the last deployment. It's only... Wait, only in the map. Is it all the green lines? Are you struggling to figure out all the green lines, computer? Okay, let's deploy this right here. Ba-bam. Beautiful. Is that another one? Let's go and have a look. Not you. You. Yeah, look, we keep meeting up with the other deployment rings. Probably shouldn't have gone with stack separators, but it makes it a lot easier to get the satellites out of the stack. That's the fuel tank. That's not what I was trying to click on. That's an antenna. There we go. Beautiful. Rename vessel. Halley 3. Okay, so now we want to turn the engine on. Activate engine. Beautiful. Where's the moon now? Look at that distance change. It was just over here, and now it's all the way over there. It's like things move all the time or something. I prefer a static, never-changing universe. It's totally not true. And that looks good to me. Straighten up. Oh no, I'm looking the wrong direction. I've pressed the wrong autopilot. Sorry. Never changing is fun. Yeah, totally. Disagree quite strongly, obviously, but you know, totally. Set as target. Let's try and get these matched up as close as possible. A little bit far down, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. We need to come into the map view again and get back to the ship. You switch to. Okay, here we go. We're going to have to try and slow ourselves down. So, note for future us. And we'll probably launch another one of these because that seemed to go quite well. Note for future us, put some parachutes on it so we can bring the whole thing home, right? Are we are exactly where we need to be. Why are you not? Oh, because we're on target. I see. We want to be orbit. Thanks. I was like, I just want to hit retrograde now and bring my orbit down enough to. Oh, we've got no reaction wheels at the moment, so I'm going to just do this. We go full throttle stop, and we'll just start turning. Just start turning. The reason I don't just turn the engine on and keep going is because we're pointing in totally the wrong direction. If we can turn around this way, I can then start feathering my engine on properly. I want to get a view of this. You know what? I think it's time to just look at what we're connected to, right? Yeah, there we go. First hop. That one. So what I wanted to do, because I get money in like weird sort of like lumps and then nothing for a while, is I wanted to buy all my driving lessons in one go, but it turns out nobody does that anymore, so I've got to try and save everything up to do it, to know that I've got the money ahead of time. So I'm in the saving stage at the moment, basically. 24, that sounds like it's going to be very hot. Also, we're not going to be able to hold position as we go through the atmosphere. Yeah, this is going to be very awkward, actually. I'm going to let this continue turning the way that it is right now until we're pointed prograde, and then start time accelerating, because at that point we'll be pointed in totally the opposite direction, right? How many lessons do you need? Probably not that many. I just need to like work on my maneuvers, like the 3-point turn and the backing into a space, stuff like that. Just to remind me how to do it all. There's not a minimum in this country of lessons. You just need to be able to like pass the lesson, the license, right? I think basically the thinking is, hey, if you want to throw extra money at the system, great. Yeah, we don't have that, buddy. Though almost everyone in this country will tell you there is a limit of like 10 or something like that, but I went looking it up this year when I first started talking about it. There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing. It's one of these well-known never happens, you know. Alright, let's make our way down to the atmosphere. Did I leave one of the spacecraft? What are we watching at here? Those three are all off in weird thing. What have I got as a target? Oh, it's a thing, right? It's a decoupler, a stack separator. Lol. In Poland, you need 40 hours. That's crazy. I mean, like, I get it. 40 hours might be a bit much. I mean, like, how the thing is, like, when you take your license or whatever, generally you're out on the street, out in the real world, doing the lesson and stuff like that, right? So I can understand why you want these people to have a little bit more understanding of what they're doing. Are you guys seeing the twinkly stars? Oh, yeah, you guys are getting it as well. I'm not sure whether that's like an artifact of my screen resolution or what. Yeah, actually, it might be. I'm only getting I get twinkles up here, not down here. I wonder what's doing that. Because obviously twinkles should only happen in atmospheres. The reason that we see twinkly stars is because the atmosphere is all like wiggly wobbly in front of us. Technical term. Into the land we come. Okay, we're pointed in the right direction-ish. Then the driver training center submits your driver student ID and the government makes you able to sign up for the real exam. Okay. I think that's like a little too much work for our country. Maybe I'm wrong there. Do I just let this... I mean, everything's going to burn up, right? I'm down for the explosions, don't get me wrong. Gonna leave them all out for that reason. But making sure we're pointed in this direction. I'm not sure, like, whether I want to be burning fuel the whole way down. There goes some antenna stuff. I'm fine with that. Oh no, wrong way, that way. Oh no, we need some control. We need some control here. Okay, stuff's getting remarkably hot, but I think we'll be fine. We're down at 2.9. Is my engine going to explode? Is my engine full on going to explode? That'd be hilarious. I've never had... well, no, it's been a long time since I've had that. Long time. We are down at like 29 kilometers. I might just burn the engines quick and see if we can bring that down to less. Okay, so now we're out of control. Probably should have saved the fuel. We seem to be roughly holding in a stable manner, though. Because of course we do have other engines, but that is poodles, so it's not going. Ooh. Okay, this is fine. Why would you think anything was wrong here? You learn to pass the exam. After that, you learn to drive. Yeah, actually, we hear that a lot around here. It's somewhat true. It's somewhat true of everything. It's like... Alright. Here we go. Do one of those. I've got a feeling the answer here is we are going to plow into the ground very hard. Look at that pivot. You slow down. Less gimbal. 20 sounds fine. Oh, maybe not. No, turn it back up. Give it everything it needs. Give it all she's got. That looked to stop us. Did you guys see that? Crash landing coming very soon. The question is how much survives. If the probe core survives, I'll take it as a plus. I am so shocked that the poodles actually have the oomph to slow this down. Question, of course, is when do you hit go? We don't want orbit, we want surface. There we go. It's looking good, though. Shadows, where are you? Attach payload here. Maybe we already have. I just can't get over the fact that this actually has enough to weight to push back to weight ratio. A TWR, which sounds like a terrible radio station. Welcome back to TWR radio, where we talk about thrust all the time. Okay, let's try and bring it down. Oh, no, we're too close to the floor. We're too close to the... No, we're all right. You guys, little faith. 4, 3, 2... Oh, no, it's terrible point. If I got that just right. Oh, well, we only lost the engines, though. I'm definitely taking that as a good propulsive landing. Could we stop spinning, please? Oh, do you guys get that shaky floor effect? Because, man, that hurts. Recover. That wasn't too bad. Okay. Nice. 86 science. Can't use any of that. We've got better money, though. Let's have a look and see if we can get, like, Build a new surface outpost on the moon. That is actually what we want to do. I'm not going to grab it now, but when does it expire? 3 days. All right, I am going to grab it now. That's what we're. That's what we're going to be doing next time, guys. That is what we're going to be doing next time. Hey, good day, Zed. How are you doing? Maybe we should go on a rescue mission. I'm definitely feeling putting another set of relays up. Let's go rescue ourselves a Kerbal, shall we? Low Kerb in orbit? We can do that. One of the most important lessons is when you can speed, when you cannot, and when you can but you shouldn't. Yeah, my brother says that. He's on his 2nd speeding ticket now. I find that attitude and the amount of speeding tickets / how quickly your license gets taken off you seem to correlate very well. Okay, let's go with one of these. That is control unit only. We're then going to slap this on the bottom under here, and then we're going to make a nice little rescue craft. I think the rescue craft obviously needs some parachute. I forgot to put the eyes on the satellite. I feel sad now. We'll put some cute little eyes on this, right? We'll turn this around here, that way, in fact. And I want to go. Hey, can we change the way that you are radialing? Yeah, like that, like that. There we go. A couple of cute little eyes. Just pull these in this way. Oh, it's even better now. Hey. Alright, that's how you make a nice, cute little rescue craft. What's the actual purpose of this? We're actually going to go rescue a person, Kerbal. So we're going to put those over here. Do we need anything else? I don't think we actually do need anything else. We just need all the wonders here. We could, if we were clever, like spend some time figuring out how to get a bunch of stuff on there and like do extra things with our time. But I want the heat management. There it is. Thanks. But that sounds like a level of planning that just, I don't know, beyond me. Okay, now we want a decoupler. Always got to remember those decouplers. It's been a long time since I got up into orbit and found out that I couldn't actually break away from my craft. Something that has happened, obviously. But alright, what's a good orbital engine? I mean, the cheetah is like massive. Let's take the shroud off. That one? Yeah. I mean, that looks good, right? That's how you make a ridiculously sized rocket. I'm down. Let's do it. Let's put another decoupler underneath here. 1.2 is not what I want. There might be actually 1.2. Yeah. I'll take that. And then we want to put a lifting stage underneath, which is like super easy. We just grab one of these, bam, and the orange tank. This is literally going to be everything that we ever want in a rocket going forwards. Is just one of these, one of those, one of the adapters, one of the orange tanks, because everybody loves an orange tank. I'm a bit sad that we can't turn this adapter into an orange tank as well. And then we go ahead and put the mainsail on the bottom. Why is the price difference between the mainsail and the skipper? So this is 13 grand as opposed to 5. It's like double the price and a bit, but you know. Yes, it's not got what it takes. It's not got what it takes at all. This says 4,000. This says 700. Which one is wrong? Oh, I see what I've done. That there. Okay, that's a bit better. It's still well short of what it says here. But definitely over what we need to go and rescue a Kerbal from low Kerb in orbit, right? Do we slap a booster on here just to be sure? Slap a booster on it just to be sure. I mean, like, honestly, this is not even a question. As we said last time, the maxim of Kerbal. Tiny little boosters. Oh. Let's do it. Rescue. I have no... rescue... No. I mean, like, rescuer. Why not? Let's do it. Save. Launch. Let's see where it is. It could be anywhere in orbit. I do like going to rescue Kerbals. It's one of my favourite things. That and taking the Kerbals into... taking the tourists, that's what I'm trying to say. Taking the tourists into various places. Did you hear about Steam soon offering the same thing Stadia will give us? No, I did not. To be fair, they kind of have to, though, else they'll fall behind. What's the point of these? Okay. 3, 2, yeah, definitely empty, good. 1. Oh, I nearly forgot to put the antennae on it again. Can't let that happen. Can't let that. It's a rescue craft, and quite often I end up closing in with whatever it is that I'm trying to meet up with, whether I am rendezvousing or rescuing or whatever. That even looks like a face on this side. All right, great. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. And I end up on the other side of the planet. And I try and like do a maneuver, and then I realise that I'm on the wrong side of the planet with no line of sight and terrible antennae, and we can't connect to anything. Thankfully, I put a whole load of satellites up that should help that. Should help that. Let's come out here and be like, look, you see this band of communication satellites, that jaunty angle. That should help. We should probably also send out a scouting party to the moon. We got the right one down here? Yeah, I got the right one down here. All right, let's see whether this has got what it takes to get into orbit. I kind of feel like it's a little underpowered, but here we go. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. I mean, those... Actually, they're burning for a lot longer than I thought they would. I kind of had a feeling that they would burn out almost instantly. I'm not sure how much work they're actually contributing, but we'll find out. It's a deliberate that humans add faces to vehicles, or is it just the humans are really good at recognizing faces in random noise? Both. I personally put the face on the front of this one, but you know, I'm totally gonna throttle down a bit. I particularly went for this set of eyes here. Oh, he's angry eyes that way up. I'm super surprised. Like, we're going to end up in quite a sharp orbit here. This isn't what I want. This is where we're going. Set that as target. Oh, they're burnt out. Boom, away they go. Away they go. Actually, they were pretty good. They were pretty handy. Almost the right amount of oomph for what we needed. I'm going to now add my maneuver and see what we need to do here to make it work. Okay, so circularize nicely, because you know we can always circularize exactly at the apoaps and not send it around our orbit at any point. Okay, once we're clear of the planet like that, we seem to be a little bit far away from actually being able to do the join. If I bring it, no. All right, we need to circularize first. For that, I don't even need this. Let's get rid of that. We'll figure out our plan afterwards. Bam, be gone, and go. Yeah, pareidolia. It's the ability to see faces where they're not. What are you doing, buddy? It's because we're at physics warp rather than actual time warp, but yeah. Put a probe core on those boosters and antennas and launch them as sat. I think you might be right that we can do that there, buddy. You need 2, one to push you up and out, and then one to go sideways. Oh, we could use separatrons there. We could definitely use... Okay, we'll do that shortly afterwards. Yeah, it was a bit noodly, wasn't it? Was a bit noodly. Okay, I'm gonna start... But when do we start burning? When's a good time to start burning? I'm gonna go with now, to be fair. Something like here. Go. It should just circularize up beautifully for us. I'm hoping that we just hit Apple apps? Nah, we just swung by it. That's a bit of a shame. Ooh, this is taking a little bit longer. Come on, mainsail. I believe in you. Thought you were supposed to be really good at throwing fuel out the back. Okay, there we go. Definitely went a little bit too far there, but that's fine. Let's add a maneuver. Where is it after that? Miles away. Okay. So let's bring that miles into sharper focus, like this. Okay, we're gonna have to like break the stage halfway through there. And also, I spotted this the other day, and nobody knew what it was. This is the warp to maneuver node button. I think if I interpreted the release notes correctly, which I hope I did. I'm surprised I can get this much done. This tiny little bit of fuel. We're about to slam into the atmosphere at any point. Nah, we're good. We're good. Getting fair connection the whole way around. Let's see what's going on with our... we're actually like direct connecting right now. Why do I not have a connection out to one of these lot? Yeah, that thing I was talking about where I don't have connection. Oh. We forgot one of the very important things to keep a robot alive. Yeah, I've got my revert flight. I feel bad. It's like sending them up without any snacks. I mean, how do you deal with the cyber torture of a creature like that? My conscience is stained now. We did, of course, forget the solar panels. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you guys can not judge me quite so harshly. I'm really judging myself. You doubted it and now it's dead. I know, right? I know. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, that worked. That worked. That's right. This comes down here. Another 3, reveling in the torture of the lesser life forms. I say lesser. It can survive in the vacuum of space. I can't. Okay, we want to practically fall over before we go anywhere with this, right? Oh, I can't make it nearly fall over. Come on. All right, we got no oomph. We got no oomph. All right, for the second time. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. No, I got down to about 20 degrees this time. I've got a feeling we've gone too far this time. Got a feeling we've gone too far. I mean, we are already starting to hurtle our way through quite a few of the atmospheric markers, in particular approaching the speed of sound already, and that is it's quite early in the flight to be doing so at 3 kilometers up. Maybe we should just kind of throttle this back a little bit, just below 2 Gs. It's pretty good. That's roughly where I like to accelerate my craft at about 2 Gs. Of course, the whole time I am worried about the fact that I am an unaerodynamic mess. We definitely have more pushing up top than we have like steering at the bottom, so we gotta be very careful about that. We're about to lose our first solid core, so that's no problem. What, the only solid core actually? Excuse my misspeak. Okay, over here we've got the ship that we're heading towards. Set that as the target. Same move as last time. Should be nice and easy though. We'll do it much quicker this time. Come through, go no, and then warp up here. We get to watch it shake around in the wonders of time acceleration. 40 kilometers and we've put ourselves on the right trajectory already. I wonder if we got a tiny little fairing to sit on top of that solid booster. Make a little like missile thing or something, right? A space missile. Okay, let's bring ourselves down. Point ourselves in the right direction. Are we above the orbit of the other guy yet? It's quite important. Because if we start burning too low, we won't be there. An ICBM, I mean, yeah, in Kerbal, they're relatively easy to make. That old re-entry business isn't quite so awkward. Not liking where we're going. Interplanetary ballistic missile. Yeah, probably that one, actually. We could definitely go and slam one into the moon. Let's just move around here. A little bit of a weirder approach than last time, but that's fine. I like it weird. Let's try and pull down this way. Nice, nice, nice. Oop. Totally pressed the right button then. I was like, yeah, now just stop. And I totally overdid it. Okay, so I need to go up to the top here. We need to go retrograde. We need to slow ourselves down just enough so we get an intersect to work with, because I went and got a too big a circle. At no point do we does one orbit intersect the other. I definitely am going to have to launch the other satellites up and around. Look, they're only just getting connection. Fail harder. I will try. I will try. I want to focus on Kerbal, thanks. Okay, that's good. Yeah, bring it closer. Why not? Okay, that works for me. Here, we're going to add a maneuver, and we're going to push it out until the two things get close. Okay, maybe not. Maybe on this side, we're going to add a maneuver. There we go. And now we're going to push it out. Till about... 5 kilometers sounds pretty good. I'll take 5 kilometers. Still facing the right directions. Let's do it. Let's just keep moving. Have you ever heard of the song "Freak of the Week"? Yes. Freak of a Week. I don't know. I've heard of "Freak of the Week." How are my solar panels doing? I mean, currently eclipsed. Oh, are people aware that on Monday, Monday's sunrise for us? I don't know. Monday, one of them. What you doing that way? About midday, in fact, for us here, but for you guys it'll be later on. That Mercury is going to go across the face of the sun, an occultation. I mean, it doesn't really occlude, does it? It's the same way that it's not really an eclipse, even though it gets between us and the sun. It's not big enough to fully eclipse it. Well, yeah, I'm going to be trying to set up something to have a look. If I have a camera that's good enough to record it, I'll see if I can get some footage. But don't hold your breaths on that, because my real world recording capabilities are pretty poor, pretty lackluster. Okay, let's do this in one burn. 3, 2, 1, go! Bam. We're close. Oh, we're pretty close. We're pretty close. I felt like I overcooked it there. By Freak Kitchen. I don't know. I don't know. I believe so, but it obviously didn't leave enough of an imprint on me 3 that that I remember it. I'm going to be happy to drop this heavy bottom stage. There we go. That looks good enough for government work, as they say. All right, that's fine. 3 kilometers is pretty good. I'm going to go target and then warp over here. Oh, my electric charge. Wait, why's my electric charge gone dead? Oh, no. Oh, no. Can I control that one over there yet? Oh no! I'm literally never gonna see it again. Okay, I need to be able to swap over to that. I don't know whether we're gonna be able to. We need to get that Kerbal out. What's the separation? 3 kilometers should be close enough for it to be like, hey, yeah, you're definitely. No, it's not. It's 2.5, isn't it? Oh, you know what I was thinking? I was like, yeah, let's just do a quick little rescue mission. It'll be fine. There'll be no problems. But turns out this is a hungry craft that requires better feeding solutions than what we've got. In fact, what we're giving it, sorry. I mean, I can't even... Well, that was our opportunity. We wasted it. Let's go make it a better craft, shall we? Alright, let's do the satellite test as well, because I feel like we've done this enough times now that we'll knock it out afterwards. Electrical... This one. It's got a further reach. Doesn't get occluded by the same craft as it's a part of. Alright, save, new. We want to go one of these because it's got controls. In fact, actually, one of these because it's got better controls. In fact, one of these because it's got better controls. And then we want a inline reaction wheel, and we want... What else does it really need to survive? A battery, solar panels, and then finally enough antenna to keep it alive and connected to everything, which I think is going to have to be this high gain antenna, right? Is that the minimum payload we can send and that it be viable? I think it might be. We don't have a smaller fairing. That's the word I was looking for. Smaller fairing. Put that on the top there. Do you reckon that will improve the aerodynamics of it? I hope so. I hope so. So now we want the tiniest decoupler, and then we'll see what this gives it on its own. Boop. 700. It's good, but it's not great. It's good, but it's not great. So to make it great, I'm going to try this. We're going to put another tiny decoupler on, and then we're going to... Do we have an adapter that goes from tiny to... look at that. That's a little too much of a jump. We've got this, but that's just for liquids. Can I can't swap that. Is those really my options of adapters? That is horrible. I dislike that strongly. Does that attach to this? Not that. Where are you? To this. No, I thought that was wrong. Look at that. That's horrific. Unless we... Do I have the Raptor yet? I mean, do you think that would... I don't think that would fly. It doesn't have any air intakes, but also other reasons. It's not going to stop me trying, though. Where are you? Those air intakes are terrible. There's literally all I've got. Okay, 2 terrible air intakes. Only use solid rockets. Okay, only use solid rockets. So obviously the next one then is this, because that will definitely get it up to higher. Need a decoupler before it would give me a reading. Big snaps are called little devils in Poland. Oh, okay. That is a fun fact, man. Okay, so far so good. We're gonna add 4 more things. One of these for the drags, man. Apart from it's almost impossible to get it around it without creating more drag. Okay, like that. And then put this down here. And maybe a couple of fins. I don't think we need the fins. I don't think we need the fins. Do you guys think we need the fins? Somewhere in the structural. Bring this down to 2. And we pitch over that much. Actually, I'd like to reset that. Turn that way. Bring this back round here. And then do that. Okay, there we go. Small SRBs on the side at the bottom. Okay, all right, totally. Decouplable. Ooh, got rid of the thing. Coupling. Radial decouplers. 4 of those on the bottom. Oh man, I keep clicking outside my screen. Dislike. There. Like that? Yes. This one kind of needs to come in with that. Fancy, I think we've lost that, but alright, this is good. This is good. SRB satellite, question mark. Apart from question marks don't save into the game name, but you know, whatever, we'll go with it. You definitely want to be further up there. You actually want to be part of that. Oh, I don't know. Actually, no, we don't. We might want to do the separations separately. Okay, let's try that. From the desert, where is our test launch site? You reckon north? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Putting this into a northerly set one is going to be awkward. As it is, I'm not sure whether we've got enough to get up into orbit. All right, we're just making a test. We're just making it. No problem with tests. No problem with tests. Probably should have put some Separatrons on the little guy, but all right. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. And I want to point that way. Oh, look, they're all burning at the same... Oh, man, if I'd known that, I wouldn't have put the decouplers on that. In fact, the big one's burning a little bit faster. That's not great. Okay, so we need to tweak some things here. We need to make the big one a little bit slower. What's like out of orbit at? Come on, 50. Not 50. Come on, 70. 80. I mean, 100 would be nice. 100 would be very nice. Bam. All right. The 4 outside ones are burning still. Okay, so we've already got some tweaks that we can do, but I'm liking this so far. I'm literally just gonna... Wait till we're out of the atmosphere, right? Maybe this one as well. So we want to put some parachutes on that, maybe. We wanted to deploy all these. Yeah, we're at a good enough height. When you don't have enough satellites, just throw them up. It's pretty much it. I mean, if we put that on a kickback instead of a thump, I mean, that's just gone, right? I mean, 800 meters per second. That's going to give it a very interesting tilt. Let's do this. And when it gets there, go. Let's bring that up a little bit. It's not enough. It's not enough. I know, it might be. Might be. The kickback would definitely make it enough. And if I set go before the Apple apps, that would also work incredibly well. Okay, so we've got some tweaks. This is testing time. Do I have any of this left? I don't. That's a shame. A little bit of extra. Okay, so do we think an SRB on the bottom of each of these, a Separatron on the bottom of each of these, you know, we put them that way around facing down, and then we could fire them in pairs? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's watch this horrific crash. What do we think's going to survive? Personally, nothing. I mean, this is all just for our entertainment. I'm gonna blatantly revert the flight. Oh, no, they're gone quickly. Will it even try to point in the right direction? Nah, it's out of power, look. It's not out of power. Oh, plasma blackout, nothing to doing. Use the parachute. We are beyond the. I mean, I just wanted to look at stuff blowing up. If we're lucky, we'll get a connection when we're out of plasma blackout, and we could just save this. The one thing we don't want to do is be a bullet, right? I love that little Milky Way strip up there. It is so cool. All right, let's crash this. It's not going to crash, but let's slam this into the floor. Now, the question is, do we take this on the chin as part of R&D, or do we revert the flight? I think we're going to revert the flight. Interesting to know that it was proper safe, though. Proper safe. And because this is literally the most boring part of the game, I'm going to revert at this point. So, we want to take the middle one down just to crank. Actually, we want to take this off of here and take these off of here. I'm going to, oh no, wrong button. Use that to that way. All right, brilliant. Get the, where are you? Kickback. Boom. And hopefully we actually need these now. Definitely over the top. Okay, let's try it. And what was the other thing we wanted to do? Was some SRBs up here, some Separatrons, which I don't appear that I've got. Oh. Well, all right. Sad times, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So we just got to do what we can do with that middle one there. You need a bigger angle now. Yeah, probably. Yeah, very, very much I do, actually. No probablys about it, yeah. To about... Ooh. 2 of those? 3 of these? Let's go 3. I think 3 is good. We've already discussed that 3 is the magic number multiple times. So, yeah, let's do it. Looking good? I think it's looking alright. Probably want this somewhere about here. Yeah. You reckon 4? I think we're good. Yes, I want to overwrite that. Last 25 minutes of today's stream. hopefully we're going to do well here. We do also need to go and rescue that Kerbal that we failed to actually fly at a couple of times. To my great shame. All right, 3, 2, 1, blast off. It's a good angle. It's a good angle. Yeah, I like it a lot, actually. We are flying incredibly well here. Trying to keep ourselves pointed roughly prograde. Do we need to decouple the little solids? Looks like we will at some point. We're coming in at about 3 kilometers, coming down maybe a little bit sharper than I would like. I do prefer to hit the 45-degree marker about 10. People saying we should have added fins. I think the added drag down here is probably going to be fine. Coming down to about 10 kilometers. In fact, this was about the right angle. So now that I hit to hold us there, we've already punched 3 times the speed of sound. So I don't think we're going to have too many dynamic issues. Bye-bye, you guys. Bye-bye. The noise would actually belie that. Let's go prograde again. Oh, it's trying. It's trying. It's trying. Okay, we could probably turn that one down a little bit, right? Oh. We are a bullet. Bullet. Nowhere near as high as I thought it would go. But if we send that north and maybe turn that down to, I don't know, 80% thrust rather than 100, it might work out pretty well. In fact, it should work out pretty well, to be fair. That's orbit. Love it. Well, not orbit. That's out of the atmosphere. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Stop. Deploy. Thanks. Please let me click you. All right, extend all of these. Deploy this ring. Do we think go to about here? This is good. I think we got it now. I think we got it. It's going to be a horrific orbit, but we are there. Auto warp cancelled? No. Oh, come on. I think we might have it. I think we might have it. About halfway. I don't think this is going to make it into a polar orbit, though. It's looking good, though. It's looking good. I like this. I like this. Good, solid use of SRB technology. All right, we just rounded it off. That, you know what? That is particularly good looking. I'm going to now do one of these. Point radial in. So we're looking at the planet at all times, because that's what we're a communication satellite. This is what we do. Look at that. If we do it like that, it looks like we've got more antennas than we've actually got, right? Yeah. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. So now we come in here and we rename this without the question mark, because we know it exists. It is a thing. All right, Space Center. All right, okay. Quick vote. Do we go and rescue the Kerbal, or do we try and launch that northwards? I think we go and rescue the Kerbal, personally. All right, layers, Cubic. I also need to cook food at some point. All right, let's go rescue that Kerbal. Let's go rescue that. Wow, we've got so much stuff here. No, not you. Locked or invalid parts. We've got to go through and get the things. Rescue. Get out of here, Jeb. No one wants you. Empty command seat. Launching from the launch pad. Go. Let's see if we can do it in one. I never get this right, so it will definitely be a 2. But we'll see if we can do it one. What do I plan to eat? Carbonara. It's It's like a creamy sauce around bacon, mushroom, and pasta. Not the biggest fan of white creamy sauces, but the bacon and pasta definitely balance that out for me. Set that as target. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, we're about as bad as it could possibly get right now, and the timing's there. Not only are we in darkness, but yeah, it's just the wrong spot. You know what carbonara is good. How much does it cost to actually launch one of those? That is a very good question. I'm hoping less than 20 grand. Okay, target. Look at that. That's almost perfectly where we want it to be. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Throw helps. Throw helps a lot. I'm just going to go retrograde here, and let's see what that does. I mean, that's super aggressive. Oh, I'm gonna cough myself into a fit there. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit more aggressive than I was actually considering. Have you ever seen Binging with Babish? Yeah, I liked a bit of it. It's not my favourite. I watch a lot of sorted food, as you guys know. But, you know, he's all right. He's all right. I also watch Bon Appetit, the America's Test Kitchen or whatever it is they want to like build themselves as. The gourmet makes such and such sweets. I'm sure you've seen that. Boom, they're gone. We are on our way. Oh, no. We need at least that much throat to hold us straight. Whoa, okay. What's going on with the throat? I really did want to bring it down here. Bring it down now. Gonna totally tip us back too far. Nothing exploded yet, so all good there. I'm gonna say it's unorthodox, but I'm gonna take it. And I think we should be able to push ourselves into a pretty good orbit for going to meet them on the other side of the planet. And this is why we need the relay satellites. You have his cookbook, dude. Dedication. Do you cook often? Much? Many? I like to cook. As an elder teenager, it was definitely one of the things that I was like, this is my thing. Extend the solar panels. I should definitely learn to put these on an action group. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? You cook when you're bothered. That's fine. Cooking is very fun. I highly recommend cooking. Well, no, I don't recommend cooking as a hobby because you generally end up fat. But I highly recommend cooking as a good pastime. Cooking your own meals when you have to eat. Like, it used to be that cooking was an absolute chore for me. Not just cooking, eating. The whole refueling process I thought was just a pointless waste of time. Why do I have to cram this stuff into my face every sort of 16 to 24 hours? I really didn't eat much. And so, like, to counteract the fact that I just couldn't be bothered, I like to cook. I like to eat good food, you know. Yeah, and that's where I got to where I am now, having to go to the gym because I think I'm getting a bit wobbly. That's not. There's like 2 bits of my body where I'm like, oh, my cheeks are a bit flabby. Everyone else around me is like, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's get ready to roll. Stop laughing at all of that and get going. Go! My favourite thing to make is black rice cleaner. Some black rice, some ham or salami, onion, and whatever you want. Now that sounds good, actually. Just take extra steps to go. Thanks, Jelly. Thanks. Nice. We want to go orbit and we want to go prograde. I want to warp over here. Over here being to Apple Apps. The reason I want to go to Apple Apps, of course, the most efficient place to raise up the berry apps. which is totally what I want to do, because the periaps was the bit that was in the thing. We'll be able to notice you faster. Oh yeah, so it's just yeah, one of those. We got like very many, like, get the stuff in your cupboards, cook it all together in a big pot. Include starchy product of choice. Oh yeah, I've got hiccups and that makes it a little awkward to do stuff. Okay, so let's go this way. If you're fat, that just means there's more of you to love. Yeah, I mean, the thing, at no point will anyone ever describe me as fat. Like, literally, I am going to die a thin person. But there is definitely fat cell buildup in places where there wasn't any at all beforehand. Which, you know, is not a problem unless I'm running and then I watch those things move around and I'm like, I don't like that. But it's not a problem. Okay, off to our next maneuver node. And you see how good that meeting point is there. We're definitely going to try and take advantage of that. Tiny little orbital change. I'm all about that. You shouldn't drink beer. I don't drink beer. Beer is horrific. Why would anyone want to drink, like, grass extracts? Do you have moves? No, I don't. I do have slightly underdeveloped pectorals, but you cannot describe them as moobs. We got a way to wait until we make this burn. 0.3 of a second of a burn. That's serious. Excuse me. Probably going to do the burn a little bit before, a little bit after. I might even actually go as far as clearing that, and then we'll just push up and see when these come to a very close alignment here. 28.3. Can we get closer? 2.1, which means we should be able to swap over when we inevitably run out of power. If we actually get into the screen here and then go, hey, you, even less thrust, we could maybe fine-tune it. 900 meters will do wonderfully. Thank you. Okay, what we want is target and retrograde, and then we go, hey, can you warp over this way? Yes, I can, and yes, you will. Well, I mean, like, you can do that, but that just means that you're thick. Do we like sriracha? The problem with a lot of chili sauces, I like chili sauces. I like sauces like that make you go whereas you're eating them, right? What I don't like is strongly tomato-based chili sauce, which seems to be like the default base for people. I like a good, like, oil-based chili sauce, something that is literally capsaicin swimming in olive oil. I think that is a perfect thing to dip your crisps into or whatever. Yeah. But everyone else is like, oh, can you put some bell pepper in it? Can you? So to answer your question, no, I'm not keen on sriracha, but it's not because I don't like chili sauce. The music, it reminds me of something I can't quite place. Are you a boob, butts, or thighs person? Wow, that is a question. I hate to say it, but I'm an all of them person. Girls, just you know, girls. It's just like the art. You nailed it, Jelly. Yeah, thanks. Yes, that is blatantly what it reminds me of. So the Archers is a long-term terrible, at least from our point of view, sort of soap opera, but on the radio. That is exactly what it is. It is a soap opera on the radio, based around a farm, the Archers farm. I've not watched more than maybe listened to maybe half a dozen of them, and generally not through choice either. But face is important. Everyone always forgets that. What has this like devolved into here, guys? Rockets, guys, rockets. Anyone found out any space or science news since Tuesday? I kind of haven't. Okay, let's see what this engine is like. I mean, this close up, we probably want like half power, right? Just to really bring it down to none. More importantly, I wanted to get away from this thing. Booster. Did we make this booster sentient? Let's find out. Hey, how you doing? Can you... No, you can't. Alright, this booster is not sentient. We definitely need to bring a cleanup crew here at some point, which is actually one of my favourite things to do in this. You absorb more of it than... What, because I knew it was a farm? My dad was pretty into it. To be fair, he is a nighttime courier. He was. I don't know if he still is. Been a while since I spoke to him. And so he would be like driving around at that time of night, so it's just something to listen to that's not what the kids are listening to on that Radio 1. That's not how he thinks at all. But that is pretty much the sentiment, right? To be fair, at some point we're gonna end up being like listening to the obscure, the old person radio because we don't like this new music that the kids are listening to. I preferred it my day when breakcore and speedcore were a thing. Do the Polish have? I mean, I assume that everybody has their own space agency, but what do you guys work on? So, like around here, specifically in the county that I'm in, the county is like the regional area in England. We are quite well known for our satellite research. Yeah, that's it. It'll be Spotify now. Just the fact that we even talk about radios makes us old. How would you feel if a government spends 10 million on bringing 1 million immigrants to a different country? I mean, that's a very wide open question there, buddy, but generally, yeah, whatever. If they need it, spend the money. I'd prefer, like, what, to a different country rather than their own country. If we're to pick some names roughly out of the air, what if Australia paid 10 million to send 1 million Syrian refugees to Uganda? Is that the type of thing we're talking? Because that's different, because Ugandans didn't agree to it. But if it's like 10 million to take them to another part of Australia, yeah, I'm down on it. Whatever. Yes. All right, thanks, buddy. All right, let's just drift in. Oh wait, I don't even know how closely we're going to drift here. What, them sending them to a third country? Yeah, I'm not about that. Unless the third country is like, yeah, we're taking that 10 million to... Oh, I'll push that further away. To support them, you know? If that's what they're doing, then fair enough. If Australia's like, we don't want to deal with these people, hey, Uganda, will you take 10 million to deal with this million immigrants? Then that's kind of a different situation, right? Though I almost guarantee that taking care of refugees, they do generic space things. Cool, man. I like generic space things. So the question, third country doesn't get any money. No, definitely out of the question then. The question that's always got to be asked about any space agency is, can they put their own stuff into orbit? So, like, we used to have our own rocket in Britain. We gave that up. No worries, whatever. We've got other launch providers to do that. Yeah? So we build satellites, and then we go and, like, hire the Ariane 5 to put it up in space. I assume you do something similar. This is it. This is one random guy in a country talking to another random guy in another country about top level, high level thing. Yeah, we're not gonna know, right? But okay, I think we're getting close enough to actually perform an actual rendezvous here. Hey Cubic, welcome back. You are in for the last 10 minutes. Kind of Polish-built satellites and modules have been launched. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's cool. I mean, let's be under no illusions. Building anything to survive going to space is not something to be sneezed at, right? You know, like, I couldn't. Like me personally, myself, I mean, I can't even solder electronics to a step. What have you been here the whole time? I can't even. You're an engineer. You're an engineer. I will take you, Milry Kerman. How do we get you out? Go. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. That's not the one I want. There you are. That's the one I want. Turn my scene on. So basically, the United States give 10 million to Syria to send 1 million immigrants to Germany, and Germany does not know this is happening. I think not only is that morally a little bit wrong, but on the whole diplomacy scale, I think people are going to have something to say about it. But yeah, I am not about this. I'm not about this. If the other country, so say oh man, I'm going to sound really bad here, but say that we, the Western well-developed countries, US, UK, France, Germany, whatever, paid a slightly less well-to-do country, India, China. No, China's good, but you know, so someone who is developing, not developed, and that's from our point of view, all the horrible social stigmas that come across it. So if one of the developed countries pays the developing countries to take a refugees country stuff, then that's kind of a bit. That's economy, right? That's how the world works. Hey, we don't want to deal with this. Here's some money. Can you deal with it? But if that third person is not getting any hand, then no, that's just, and you're wrong. You're wrong. Oh, we can't fold these away again, can we? Also, did you know that you can use a soldering iron as a burner to engrave things? Yeah. What do we call? We call it like pyro something or other. Yeah, I did. I don't really partake myself. Are we going to? No, we're gonna try and land this there, right? I know that trajectories, despite being installed, is not a thing. I don't know who maintains it, but it's not been updated since like 1.6 or 1.7. Not Pyromaniac, no. It's like Pyrolytics, or no, that's not right either. Okay, that's good. I'm checking because you're doing exactly that in a country RP to Germany, but you're the UK. I mean, it does sound like something we would do, if I'm to be honest with you. We'd be like, hey, Syria, don't send your people to us. Send them to Germany instead. Here's a kickback. We'll give you 14 billion arms. Being a pyromaniac is fun. I mean, it's all fun until the blue lights and the judge and everything's going wrong. You made a cutting board and signed it. Yeah, that's cool, man. I presume signed it with the soldering iron, which is very cool. Okay, here we go. That way up, so he looks cute. Oh look, he's trying to give us a hug, guys. Oh, let's wait, get rid of that. Oh, Huggy McSpaceship. They don't even have a problem with refugees yet. It's just to make Germany less open to immigrants. When the blue light turns on, you're clear out of there. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the thing is, they have better ways of tracking you than you have of escaping. It's not saying it's impossible, but chances are. Okay, how do we reckon this is gonna go? I reckon we're gonna overshoot at this rate. Try and bring it into line with Jeb's Island, maybe? Like here? Does that look good? I hope so. Burn a load of woodworms because they invaded our tables made of wood in our cat. Oh man. Alright, faster. We gotta go. Last 2 minutes of re-entry. As soon as it happens. Alright, let's keep going. I mean, it's getting warm. He's been like, my arms are burning. They're burning. Why does it have to hurt so much? Alright, time to burn the fuel. Is this already at thrust limit? There we go. That's better. Now we can slow down properly. Are we gonna overdo it? I don't know. Let's exit for the moment. Exit. Nice. Why did you put pain sensors on there? Well, you got to be able to give them feedback, right? We have a simple maxim here at Twitch Tech Industries. If we can put sensors on it, we will put sensors on it. It's for maximum data harvesting. No, I'm looking the wrong way. Decouple. More decouples. Ooh. Got a little close. It's all good though. You should come to Serbia for exit. The ship logs right now. I'm burning. Oh wait, we can do this better. You deploy at 700. You deploy at like stupidly low. Hopefully we're not going to kill this brand new passenger here. Because hopeful is totally the way to do it. Oh, is exit a musical event? Ah, okay. Is what type of music? I like the boom boom booms. Okay, we are down much lower that time. I like that. That's a good deployment system. I like it. Okay, no, I'll look into it. I've been saying for literal years now that we need to go do some music festivals outside of Britain because we rip everyone off here. And I'm sure it's the same everywhere, but all my mates are like, nah, European ones are much better. So we'll go check that out. But with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me for this adventure, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you live on Tuesday for some more Kerbal Space Program, where we're going to probably put Foundries on and get a little bit of a moon base on the go and do all sorts of wonderful things. All through this week, I will be releasing more, what's it called? Aspelov, that's the one, and more Oxygen Not Included. It's going to be great. I'll see you then when we're going to do that. Bye.